to Tormenta Talk, the official podcast of La Tormenta. We are the West Texas FC supporters group out here in Midland, Texas. I'm Luke McDonald, Chris Haig, and the one and only Brian Hodnett with me. And guys, it's been a minute since we've recorded. We've all kind of had different things going on, but we're back. We plan to be a lot more regular with these postings and kind of activity because the season is right around the corner. We even have players who have landed. They are in Midland, which is just crazy to me. It feels like it's been so far off in the distance, and now we're here. So, Brian, La Tormenta 2025, what is it going to be?
All right. So, if you've seen this before, the game day experience that we did last year was just a group of us going down up front, drum, chants. We're going to be a little more organized this year. It's going to be loud. We're coming together. We're trying to rally behind our squad, raise them up, support the best we can. That game day experience isn't for everybody. Some people don't like loud. Some people don't like the drum. Some people don't like the chants. And that's totally cool. You still can be La Tormenta and not be down in the mix. You can be on this side, this side. We can meet up before the game, after the game, anything else. The big thing with this is support West Texas FC from the jump to the end. Whether it's, extra time, PKs, anything else, all the way to the end. After the match, congratulating the players. If they do Players Row again this year, high five, appreciate you, man. The hustle was great. We're positivity over here. So we are going to be working in these stands to be loud and supportive in our area. Just support your spot over there if you want to be in another patch of the stands. And then let's meet up afterwards and let's talk about it and celebrate.
That's right, man. That's right. Mm-hmm. And Chris, can you kind of maybe talk a little bit about just ways to be involved with La Tormenta? Obviously, there's kind of us who are just all in. We're going to be loud. We're going to be at every event. We're going to be all over social media, all that kind of stuff. But just what are the different kind of ways that people can interact with La Tormenta?
Yeah, for sure. Well, first I'd say this is such a short season, right? NPSL goes quick. It goes by fast. It's coming in just a week and a half. We have our first match. So if you are interested and you're listening to this, try to join quickly and get connected with us. So in terms of getting involved, when you're at events in person, whether it's a watch party or games in person, home games, look for us. If you want to contact us and get in touch with us about becoming a member. So becoming a member, you get a really cool scarf. That's number one. A nice summer scarf, too, that's comfortable to wear in June and July. And you also get access to certain things, like we have a Discord set up right now where we're going to have chat about the games, about what's going on, about events. We'll be organizing different things like chant practice, so we can get some songs and chants organized. Hopefully we can get some banner painting organized, or we can bring in some extra support for the players and some banners. But then also one thing we're working on launching, and I'll show what it looks like. We got this phone app. So it's I don't know if it's visible or not, but it's this app called Chant. And It'll have the schedule. It'll have highlights, like pictures that we can post. And then the coolest part is it'll have a list of our chants and some of the songs that we're singing. And so when you're in the stadium, if you're not sure what a song is, you can just click on it and the lyrics will pop right up. So we'll have information about that. And members who join La Tormenta, it's not very expensive, but members who join will have certain perks, certain access on Discord, or certain access on the app, like polls or other things that you can kind of interact with there. So in terms of getting involved, those are a few different ways. But the biggest thing is just look for other fans, connect with us. We just want to meet everybody who's not just a West Texas fan, but a soccer fan here in the Permian Basin, and kind of build this community.
Yeah, I'm not going to be hard to find. Come see me. Come up. Let's say what's up.
Yeah, and Brian, you said it, I think, in an earlier episode. The goal is, man, we love soccer. We love having a team here in West Texas. We love having such a good team, and it's fun. And ultimately, we just want to have a good time, and we can elevate the fun by being in community and doing this together, because everything is more fun whenever you're doing it with your friends It's great to meet new people. It's great to talk soccer with people. And so let's talk a little soccer.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I know I said soccer. I'm really proud of myself. Normally, being a Premier League guy, it's always football. But let's talk about a few players. We're going to try to get through all the players on the squad before the season starts. And I'm going to start with a defender.
Yep.
So we're going to talk about Ryan Murchik.
Let's go.
And he is from Sydney. He currently plays at Mercyhurst University. That's a D1 school. And he is a central left defender. So the way Scotty's kind of post on the quote on the West Texas FC Instagram sounded like they're mostly going to use him on the left side. It was funny pulling up his highlight reel. I had to go back and check a couple of times to make sure I had read it correctly that he's a defender, because all of the highlights were all on the offensive half of the pitch. And the dude is kind of like a modern left wing back, right? So
I love that.
Man, I'm so excited for this guy because he's young, he's a freshman,
Nice.
but is really tenacious, really energetic. As I was watching him, I immediately thought of guys like Andy Robertson, or for U.S. fans, Anthony Robinson.
Yes, sir.
Just, those guys who are technically defenders, they line up at the back, but a lot of the time when your team gets the ball, those guys fly up the wings, and they're the ones putting balls into the box. He's not afraid to run central. And I'll tell you what, his finishing ability blew me away. That's why I kept having to go back and check, because it was like he finished these goals like a striker. And it was like, what, defender? What, did I read that right? But I think it really speaks to maybe the style of play a little bit, right? Because when you get players like that, you're very offensive-minded. It's about intensity. It's about moving the ball up the pitch really quickly. Unbelievable passing range. And I really encourage anybody to watch the highlights. By the way, we do have a roster kind of spreadsheet that Chris put together, which is like my Bible when we're talking about players. He's got links to those highlight reels. He's got their Instagram accounts, all that kind of stuff, so you can keep up with it. But some of the goals that this guy scored, one was outside the box on the left side, off the outer post, bouncing back into the goal. It's just like, how do you even think about that? Like, how do you have the confidence in your abilities to shoot in that position and to put it so close that it actually goes in the net was just outstanding. And the balls into the box, I just thought about a lot of the attacking guys that we've looked at, and imagining those guys on the end of those crosses was just like had my mouth watering. So Ryan Murchik is definitely one that I think is going to there's something about when those guys get the ball at the back and fly up front. That's when the crowd, the anticipation lifts, right? And you just get antsy about what's about to happen. And I think he's going to be one of those guys that is the start of a lot of those offensive moves that turn into really exciting kind of phases of play. So really excited to see what this guy can do. Brian, you got one for us?
Man, do I ever have one for y'all. This would be that point where you insert, Brandon's audio. Jasper Vander Mullen is back, baby.
Yeah!
Man, Vander Mullen, he was something else last year. I've got a ton of notes on him, so I'm trying to make it short and sweet. I mean, how can you not? I mean, you see, he's like a returning hero for us.
No doubt.
Okay, Jasper Vander Mullen, age 22. Hometown, I'm going to butcher this. I apologize in advance for my pronunciations. I'm a West Texas boy. And, working on my culture, but it ain't here today. Jet Belgium, Jette. Current school is Briarcliff University. It's an NAIA. He's a sophomore. His position is a central midfielder, fullback. He's right-footed. He's returning to West Texas FC. He was number 2 last year. My notes here, big contributor. Didn't show on the stat sheet, but you can't miss him on the film. Mm-hmm. I mean, I didn't see any goals, didn't see any assists, but man, you cannot miss what that man did on the pitch.
That's right. Last year it was he was one of the names that you just knew, right?
Yep.
If you were anywhere within the vicinity.
Yep. His big time to shine was when the pressure was on in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. We scored 3 goals in regular time against Columbus. He scored 2 of them, including the PK to send us to extra time in the death. So I messed with Jasper a little bit. I was talking with him about last season. He said it was a difficult start, but different personalities kind of started gelling. Everything came together. They started to believe when they were behind, they could beat anybody. They started having that confidence. Yeah, we're going to win this. We're going to win this. And it showed. I mean, you saw it on the pitch. As they started progressing through the season, the success came, and then we won the regular season, and the playoffs started, and players started peeling off, going back to school. He said that was frustrating because he felt like they still had so much more to go and give. And I like that little bit of hunger because you understand where we're going. He fought through some injuries this season in school. He didn't get a lot of playing time this year. I think he scored 2 goals, 1 assist, only played in a handful of matches. I think it was 4 matches. But now he's coming in healthy. He's had rest. He's coming to Texas with something to prove, a little chip on his shoulder. All right. So I reached out to Scotty at this point and said, hey, man, what info do you want to share about him? And this is the quote right here. This is word for word what he sent me. All right. Most elite mentality of any player I've ever coached on and off the field. That to me just, all right. And then I asked him, what's it mean to have him back? And he said, the elite level that he brings is going to be contagious to the new guys coming in. We know how influential he was last season. I'm fully expecting the same, if not more. He feels like he has unfinished business. Baby, that's what I'm talking about right there. I want somebody with a little, all right, we back. We're coming back.
Yeah.
We didn't get enough last year. We want some more. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. From what I understand, he's coming back in peak physical condition, and he's going to be ready to go. One thing I asked him about was, let's see, where is it? I asked him a little bit about what the WTXFC fans can expect from him this year, or, what do you want to tell them? He said, I'm coming. I'm back. And I'm healthy, and we're ready to play. Ready to go. He's excited to come to Texas. It's like going to be a fresh start after the season he had this year at college, and he's ready to play. And that's going to make him a dangerous man out there. Mm-hmm. I'm so excited.
No joke. Man, and it's interesting you mentioned that mentality and how it took a little while for that to build within the team. Mm-hmm. With a handful of guys coming back, I feel like maybe we can make that process a little quicker, right? Because those they get it, and they get one another to where we've got kind of a core group to kind of be contagious and really spread that around to the new guys, and just to immediately kind of lock in, maybe, as opposed to kind of taking a little while to gel.
And we've talked about it too. We got a bunch of leadership coming in from different places too. We have smart players coming in. We have captains coming in. We got returning players coming in. I mean, Appia and Vandermeulen, 2 key pieces to that attack last year. I mean, we're setting things up. Scotty is putting a team together here that he's getting all formed up. And dude, as soon as this thing pops, it's going to be ready to go.
Yeah, I think Scotty returning, right? Like,
yes, sir.
There you've got the mentality from the top. You've got a core kind of leadership structure. Some of those guys have been there before. They're literally in this spot, and then just go, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think Scotty coming back is huge. And then, like you said, it's key players that are coming back, key returners. And Scotty, last time we talked to him in person, has such a good idea of like how to build that culture and how to bring in players that know each other, have little connections here and there, and like build that team chemistry early on. So I'm super excited to have players like that who are coming back, returning with something to prove, and also to kind of bring that leadership. So that's super exciting.
Man, it's going to be fun.
Well, and that's when we talk to even the Cannons, they mention kind of just Scotty's ability to influence players and kind of get the culture right, get the message right, and that's why he's our head coach, right?
Yep.
And so, yeah, Chris, who you got?
Yeah, so I'm also going to look at a defender. hopefully get the last name as right as I can. Justin Madejski. And Justin is from Stuttgart, Germany, the Stuttgart area. And to introduce him first, I want to read Coach Scotty's quote that was on the introduction and the post when he was announced. And I love this because he's a right-footed center back, and Scotty said, Justin is a traditional, no-nonsense German defender. He's physical, good with the ball at his feet, and has exceptional reading of the game. And watching his clips, like, that's super accurate, right? He's just skillful, not a flashy player, right? He's a center back. I used to play center back, so I really appreciate that. He's just a good player, but really good reading of the ball and of the game. So got that quickness that you want to see to step to an attacking player, step to the ball, cut off runs in behind, that type of thing. But also really good distributor. He's good with the ball at his feet. He's not afraid to take a move if he has a opponent kind of coming towards him, step around somebody, and even step up into the midfield. But from the back, like just a good distributor of the ball, whether it's a shorter or medium pass, but even some longer passes in behind or across to the opposite wing, that sort of thing. So really skillful player in that sense. But also have to read off some of these stats because he's a center back. Last year, he was a junior at Milligan University, which is NAIA. In 18 games, he played 18 games, started 18 games, had 4 goals and 2 assists. Pretty solid for a center back. And then his freshman and sophomore years, he played at Genesee Community College, which is a junior college. In 32 games, as a freshman and sophomore, he had 6 goals and 5 assists. So as a defender, he's got those goal contributions as well. And looking at his clips, some of that is him getting forward, getting in the box on set pieces, right? Getting to the end of a cross, that type of thing. But also, like I say, he's not afraid to get forward, not afraid to send the ball forward, and even had, on his clips that I was watching, had a couple of assists where he's sending a diagonal ball to an opposite winger who controls it and then shoots and scores. So I'm really excited about Justin. I think his age coming in as junior, going into his senior year, and his experience, because one other thing is that he played last year in 2024, he played USL League 2 with FC Buffalo up in New York. So he has another experience of playing this type of like summer ball, adapting to a team in a similar sort of context, kind of size of team and type of level of play. So really excited to see him play. I'm guessing we'll see, because we've got a deep roster, but I'm guessing he's going to be a big factor in the defense and a big contributor.
Man, 6 games from your center back. I'm sorry, 6 goals from your center back. That's crazy. I mean, that's like unbelievable. Like what, like you said, your center backs, you're typically fine if they're not flashy. Sometimes I kind of prefer the ones that are just right here, right? Just level-headed. They're the ones who never get kind of taken up with the game. Those are for your center forwards, your, flashy midfielders. But your center backs that just are cool, calm, collected, like I love that style of defender.
Absolutely. And those, especially the center backs, I mean, he's a big kid. So those center backs you can send into the box on corners, on other set pieces. My comparisons are all MLS comparisons. So it makes me think of like Walker Zimmerman, right? Who will get forward and get on the end of balls on set pieces. And that's super valuable because you have a center back who contributes in the ways that you would expect from a defender, but then also has that offensive side to his game at the same time.
Yeah. Man, that's excellent. Well, that pairs well with the next guy I'm going to talk about. So another center back, Mr. Cam Watts. So Cam, he's from Birmingham, England. He is currently playing at Mars Hill University, NCAA D2. And here's the magic word, gentlemen, captain. His senior year. Mm-hmm. And this guy is exactly what I just described, just level-headed, cool, calm, collected, not stressed out. The other thing, it was interesting because I watched his stuff right after Merchick, and looking at the way Merchick flies up the wing, sometimes that leaves your center backs exposed, right? And that can be hairy on like a counterattack. So what was cool was a lot of the clips that I watched, he was playing in a system where the wingers flew forward in the offensive play, and the ball was with the center backs in order to kind of rely on them to distribute, which not every team sets up that way. Not every center back can do that. And Cam was one of those guys that was just didn't seem bothered by it at all. Was comfortable kind of being close to the defense, handling the ball. Just the true captain center back. And dude is 6'4", which isn't going to hurt at all whenever we're talking set piece play. He's a big guy, loves a good crunching tackle. But again, never seems to get too kind of worked up or anything. Just goes over there, destroys the guy, takes the ball, comes back to his position, right? I think he's going to be a key guy, especially in the leadership of the squad. Wouldn't be surprised if this is one of the guys who starts every single game in our season. And I think Cam Watts, again, you said classic German defender. This guy looked just 100% like I was watching kind of the Premier League greats who are center backs. So I think he's going to be a really, really fantastic player to have on the squad.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
One other similarity, too, that I noticed between Justin and Cam and several other players on the roster is that they played a couple of years of junior college ball and then stepped up to another level. So, like Cam played junior college and then stepped up to D2 and is at Mars Hill. And we talked with Coach about this a little bit. Like, there's different reasons some of these players, especially international players coming over, different reasons why they might start at a junior college, for example. But I really like seeing that too, because that shows that hunger from players wanting to kind of step up to that next level, step up their game, find new opportunities. And we, as we continue talking about players, like we've got quite a few on the roster who are making that type of trajectory, but it's really exciting to see at the same time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think when Coach was talking about some of those guys flying under the radar a little bit too, because it's just like you said, international players coming over. There's like different reasons. Maybe it takes you a little bit to just even qualify. You know, not necessarily that you're not good enough. It's just that you kind of have to check a few boxes to move up those ranks. And a lot of these guys, I remember him saying like, you might see certain letters next to D, but a lot of these players are like all day stars. It's just different reasons that they can't make it into those schools right away. So I love that. That shows some grit too.
Yeah. It's like you said about the NAIA. A lot of that's English being a language issue. So some of these guys coming in with their English not their first language, still working through that, but they're quality players. So, I mean, the guy I've got next, JUCO guy to a D1 guy, you're talking about a jump.
Yeah. Tell us about it.
I was just going to try to use a transition, man. I'm not as smooth as you gentlemen, but I'm going to do my best.
That's perfect.
That was good.
So this guy, his name is Abdallah. And again, last names. Here we go. Traore, age 22. Hometown is Trondheim, Norway. So I was really excited about this because I haven't seen a player from Norway. So really excited to do this breakdown. He was at National Junior College Association D1 Angelina College last year. He started the spring ball with Memphis this year. You know how strong Memphis is in the soccer world. Last year he was a captain. Again, captain. You know, you see the trend. 25 starts with them. His record on the team is 23-6-4. So 2023 Region 14 second team all conference, 2024 Region 14 first team all conference. Guy had limited film. I found a thing from 2023 that was about a 3-minute clip. He's a central defender, so I don't know where he's going to play with all the center backs and everything else we have going on, but the dude can play. Basically, if you go from junior college to D1 like this, and according to Scotty, he started almost every game in the spring for Memphis. So he went from JUCO to D1 and started. The coach.
You said that team was that was the team that was 23-6-4. You said
23-6-4 was the Angelina College, one of the top JUCO teams in the country, and
That's
they were
crazy.
dominant. You could tell.
Yeah.
Said the coach. Scotty told me that the coach at Memphis said he's one of the most key players for them this fall. Scotty described him as strong, athletic, incredibly good with the ball, experienced defender, strong on defensive and offensive set pieces, calm under pressure with the ball at his feet. Called him a complete defender. What else can you say? I mean, we're stacking up some guys in the front, in the back, in the goal, on the sideline, coaching these guys. I mean, I don't have as big a breakdown because I couldn't find as much information, but I think this guy's play, just by hearing what I'm hearing here, is going to speak for itself. I wouldn't be surprised if this man stands out for us this season. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited to see where this goes.
When having multiple positions, we saw last year these games come so thick and fast that having a strong bench is just vital in this league, especially late in the season, right? And so having these, we're on center back mode today, but having, depth in a position that's so vital to the success of the team, man, that's exciting.
It's a short and a long season at the same time. I mean, if you get nicked up early on, I mean, think about it. We're talking about a 10-game season. I want more than a 10-game season. I want the extra, 3, 4, 5 after that to get to that cup. So you're talking possibly 15 games.
Yeah.
So you got to have rotation. You got to have people that can come in. You got to have guys that can lead and start, and maybe some of the guys that don't start immediately pick up from them. That's what I love about what we're putting together here. Guys from all over the country, all over the world, captains, different leaderships, different awards at where they were at. I mean, that is something special. And if these guys can take a little bit home, kind of what Jasper was saying, they kind of start mending together, making the roux, if you will. That flavor is going to be nice there towards the end of the season.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That's right. Yeah, and then, Norway has some really strong kind of football heritage. You think of guys like Erling Haaland, think of guys like Martin Odegaard. It's a country that, we haven't seen on our team yet that I can remember, at least. I might be wrong on that, but it'll be fun to see all these blends of styles of play too, and just kind of like you said, right? That makes the gumbo, man. And it's going to be good.
Absolutely.
Chris, you got another center back?
Actually, moving away from a center back, yeah. The last one is a little more offensive minded, and again, going back to that mixture of styles and combination of nationalities, etc. I am looking at one of, I think, 2 players who are coming in from Japan. So this is Shuto Ishikawa, who is originally from Chiba, Japan. And let me look at first. Well, it's funny. I looked at some film, was kind of checking out how he plays, and there are 2 words that came to mind. And there are 2 words that are exactly what's in Scotty's quote from the introduction, and that's technically gifted. So Shuto is he's listed as an attacking midfielder. He kind of plays in the attack, sometimes on the wing, sometimes comes inside. Scotty's quote says, Shuto is a technically gifted player who can create dangerous situations anywhere in the final third. He also has great finishing ability, and this summer will be a great opportunity for him to prove himself in the NPSL. So this is a pretty young player. He just finished his freshman year at Murray State College, which again is a junior college, as we've been discussing. And he played in 17 games, had 14 starts, and as a freshman had 5 goals and 7 assists.
Good start. 12 contributions.
Contributing, right there, he's got 12 goal contributions. And watching his highlights, so had a highlight reel from his freshman year and then one from his club team in Japan also. Watching his highlights, man, technically gifted is just the perfect way to describe him. You watch his first touch, the ball sticks at his feet. He's dribbling into the box, dribbling past players, the ball is stuck to his feet. He's finding passes, it's just pinpoint passes or sending it into the right space that you want. Or when he's making some space, finding space in the box and looking for that shot, just finishing real clean in the spot that he wants. And I'm excited to see him play. I think given his age, it's just hard to predict. I don't know like what playtime will look like for everybody. But he's the type of player that, he's not real big. He's 5'8", but there's a lot of good playmakers who aren't real big, right? And he's
especially in the attacking midfield.
Exactly. He's a crafty, skillful player, and I think that he definitely has that ability and those skills. And we talked with Scotty about this briefly, thinking about those different styles of play. Japanese players are really technical. Like over the past 15, 20, 25 years, Japan has really invested in kind of youth soccer culture and developing just skills and technical skills really early on. So I think that Shuto is going to bring that skill set that's just different from some of the other players from other countries and other backgrounds. And that could really contribute in a positive way because he's got what you want from an attacking midfielder, from a playmaker who can help create goals. So, yeah, really exciting player for sure.
Man, so a freshman with 12 goal contributions in 14 games.
In 14 starts, yeah, but 17
starts.
games played, 14 starts.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is incredible. So that means just 2 games that out of the games he starts, because, you never know. Some of these guys are subbed in at the 80th minute, right? Like, so given enough time to do something, it means only 2 games out of the ones he starts, he didn't do something that involved a goal.
Yeah.
Golly, that is.
And on his highlight reel too, I appreciated that he had broken it up into goals, assists, and then skills also. And on that skills section, I mean, some of those just impressive skill, right? Just super clean with the ball. And some of those, it's a little move, little deke, find a little bit of space, and then take a shot. He's got plenty of clips from last season where he's real close, right? But the ball is just off frame, but he's still creating chances. So I think as we look at some of those attacking players, we've talked about a few in previous episodes, but he's definitely one who will be able to contribute in the attack and help create chances for himself and for others.
Man, I would hate to be Scotty to have to only field 11 of these guys, because every player we talk about, I'm just like, oh my gosh, that's outstanding. I mean, just the center backs only that we've talked about today. How do you even pick?
What's the word? Embarrassment of riches?
Yeah.
I mean, look at it. I mean, what we're reading on paper should transcend to the pitch. I mean, Scotty's a smart guy. We talked to him. His IQ, his football IQ is high. So what he's putting together right now, man, get ready. Get ready.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's it. I mean, the level of not just skill and, I don't know, just the kind of caliber of people, right? That's something else that Scotty talked about, just knowing immediately what type of person that he wants on the pitch, and how that a lot of times, if it wasn't the right person, it didn't matter what their stats were. It was, passing. And so you've got a group of just like studs that are all just have the right mindset, have the right mentality going in. That's a dangerous team.
Yeah, we just did 6 players today. How many captains did we talk about today?
Right.
How many we talked about last time? You don't get to be a captain just by, popularity vote. It's got to be character.
Yeah.
And that's going to be another hard decision for Scotty. But again, great opportunity, right? To have all these experienced leaders to be able to pick whether it's one captain or multiple captains, and even like designating a captain. But then you've got all these other players who just know how to do the right things behind the scenes to demonstrate that leadership.
Man, that first game can't come fast enough. Speaking of the first game, Brian, what are we doing?
Let's talk about it.
We need plans.
Well, we're not going to Fort Worth. I can tell you that right now. But we're going to be watching this match May 17th. I think 7:30 kickoff. Correct me if I'm wrong there. But
so we'll get there 5-ish.
Get there 5-ish. Start early.
Noonish.
Man, if my kid didn't have a soccer match that day, I'd be there noonish. We can start early as y'all want. But you know me, I'm going to bring the party as soon as I show up.
That's right.
We're going to be at most likely Tall City Brewing, waiting on the official announcement from the club. But odds are that's where we're going to be watching this thing at. So come out. Let's go. The past times we've been there, we've got this section off to the, what would you call that? The west of the bar, or the brewery. So we can go hang out down there, set our tables up, visit, bring the kids, bring the fam. Hopefully they'll have it good on the TVs and nice and loud. And because we're going to be. So, again, this is one of those warnings to those people around the La Tormenta. And the watch party's probably going to get a little lit. It's going to be a little bit up there. So be ready. I know Tall City will be. I mean, they put up with me last year a few times, so they can do it again for this year.
Man, and they've been such a good partner for the club. I'm really happy that
front of the shirt right there. Those are good guys.
Yeah, it is. So I'm excited to be able to watch those games there again. You know, it was such a great way just to like chat with people, get to know people. I think I met you, Brian, at one of those watch parties, and that was kind of the first opportunity I got to chat with you and kind of get to know you and your family. And that's just been so like life-giving in my world, you know, outside of football. But it's just a great way. And I'm you know, it's kind of a bummer that we can't like watch the first game in person, but at the same time, it does help create a little unity with us too. You know, just like the players, it takes a little while to gel and kind of get organized, but hopefully we can match what's on the pitch and gel very quickly and kind of be a unified front to back our squad.
Yep, call it a warm up. We get that watch party in, and that first home game's about I think it's a week and a half, 2 weeks out from that to the Sunday after that. So let's get together. Let's start planning. We got to figure out a tailgate for that one. So we just got to get ready, guys. It's coming. We're here now. It's time.
Yep.
May 17th.
Yes, sir.
First game, and keep an eye on the La Tormenta Instagram. Get in the Discord. That's where a lot of everything will be posted first. We'll try to keep all the socials updated as well. You can go to the website, latormentasg.com. That's kind of where is the central hub where you can find all the stuff, whether it be the podcast. The podcast will be on all the podcast platforms. It's also on YouTube. Not that you need to see our pretty faces, but it does make the podcast better, I believe.
I mean, personally, this is definitely a 5-star face. Let's go.
Yeah. All right. Last words, gentlemen. Chris, what do you want people to know?
Just stay tuned. As we've been saying, stay tuned. Be ready to stay engaged as well. So like we were saying, and we've mentioned the Discord, the Chant app, and then seeing everybody in person. Looking forward to it. So can't wait to get started.
How about you, Brian?
Man, just get ready, guys. It's going to be all gas, no brakes coming soon. All gas, no brakes. But I am going to steal something from actually a Dallas Cowboys rider. Be nice to the people that you meet, man. You never know what everybody's going through, so just be kind. It's not hard to be kind in the world.
That's right. And that's one of our goals is to bring people together, right? And that kind of stuff just divides, and that's the opposite of what we want to do. And so I think that's a really great last word. And gentlemen, we will see you very soon. We'll talk about some more players. Maybe we can get some the team on the pod. We'll see.
Maybe somebody. We might know
working on something. So stay tuned. We will be posting, and we'll see you next time.
All right.
Peace.
See you soon.